Some interesting lines from Sue Gray in terms of what she clearly sees as a failure in leadership at Downing Street. In particular, she says whatever the initial intent, what took place at many of these gatherings and the way in which they developed was not in line with COVID guidance at the time. Even allowing for extraordinary pressures officials and advisers were under, the factual findings of this report illustrate some of the attitudes and behaviours inconsistent with what guidance. It is also clear from the outcome of the police investigation that a large number of individuals, 83 in fact, who attended these events breached COVID regulations and therefore COVID guidance. Now, this is the bit where she mentions what I think is a failure of leadership that she sees. I've already commented in my update on what I found to be a failure of leadership and judgment in number 10 and the Cabinet Office. The events that I have investigated were attended by leaders in government. Many of these events should not have been allowed to happen. It's also the case that some of the more junior civil servants believed that their involvement in some of these events was permitted, given the attendance of senior leaders. The senior leadership at the centre, both political and official, must bear responsibility for this culture. So clearly, you know, she's very clear there in terms of there was a senior leadership, both in political terms, where you're talking about the Prime Minister, the Chancellor and others, and also at the official level, the Cabinet Secretary and others, who, in attending these events, gave those more junior civil servants, the more sizable proportion of those who attended, an indication that perhaps this was permitted, whatever they may privately have thought.
That's the key point, really, isn't it? Which is, I know this is literally just dropping now, right? So we haven't had time to digest all of it yet, OK? But is there any chance whatsoever that Boris Johnson might not have been misleading Parliament? He may well have thought that this could be classed as a work event or something, really. Is there any chance, from what you've seen so far?
Well, I mean, it may well be that whatever advice Boris Johnson took or sought, if he sought any at all, may have suggested to him that perhaps it did fall under the work guidelines permitted under the COVID rules at that time.